Welcome back, where the action continues here at Three Sisters, and next out on track it's the turn of the Mini X30s. Gabriel Stilp has been the man to beat in rounds 1 and 2, and he's currently leading the championship table overall. Can his good fortune continue? Well, let's find out as we take a look at the grid and go and join your race commentators, Jake Sanson and Alan Tadei.
Thanks again, Kev. Mini X30 up next, of course. Vinnie Phillips and Leo Robinson on the front row from Gabriel Stilp and Rylan Ekberg. Henry Gregory and Jack Hobson from Joe Rippin and Aidan Hassan. And then Wesley Swain, Fraser Anderson, Kira Harris, Thomas Carter and Freddie Allen completing the grid. Mini X30, very competitive in 2020. And these two on the front of the grid, it is going to be a very close fight. Vinnie Phillips versus Leo Robinson. Two men who know their craft well, but that man in third, Gabriel Stilp, he's the danger man. He started his 2020 campaign winning everything in Mini X30 in this class. He's gone straight to second, and he's already trying to get the lead out of the first couple of corners as the field jockeys for position in the first S's and onto the climb up the hill. So a nice little squabble in the mid-pack, everybody getting through without any argy-bargy, so that is good stuff. And the 26 is in the mix there. Kira Harris is up to the lead. Gabriel still trying to get there, but can't quite make it stick as we ride on board with the young man from Milton Keynes, Aidan Hassan, as he tries to close up on the 28 of Jack Hobson. So this is going to be interesting. Into the long flowing right-hander that completes the lap. And it is Vinnie Phillips that holds station from Stilp and Robinson. But as they come onto the main straight to get into the next lap, this is going to be a good chance for Stilp, and he knows it. He's got a good rhythm, and he's going to go for break straight away. On the inside, he's going to go Robinson as well. So Stilp to the lead, Robinson second, Phillips down to third, and Rylan Ekberg and Henry Gregory are already getting well poised to try and capitalise on that little momentum shift. Aidan Hassan down the drop and out of the final turn, as he now closes up once again on Hobson. Oh, a bit of a squeeze to the inside line as Stilp loses out. So both the Fusions are now in front once more. So Vinnie Phillips getting himself back in a second behind Robinson, and in fourth place it is Rylan Ekberg in the second of the Mad Crocs. They really are going well in X30 these days. But Ekberg is the new man in the team, joining alongside Gabriel Stilp. And up the inside comes the move again from Phillips. Stilp is going to get there on the inside as well. Robinson down to third, and that's a move on the inside from Hobson. He gets through on Gregory with the fastest lap to boot as well. A 44.985. So a nice move from Jack Hobson, and that was the last possible moment to get on the inside in that first hairpin. But the leading quartet are starting to break away. Aidan Hassan trying to make sure it doesn't get too big back to Hobson and Gregory. And in behind, that is Swain. So Swain is trying to make his move up the order. Wesley Swain, one of the new recruits in the Fusion Motorsport team in 2020. And you can see already he's giving a lot of pressure to Aidan Hassan, who's come out of a lot of the club-level championships to really take it up to the Ultimate Karting Championship in 2020. Here comes Swain, though, on the inside line. It's a bold move, but it's a fairly textbook one again as he comes to the inside line. That first corner, such an obvious overtaking move, and that's a big squabble as Jack Hobson now passes his teammate Ekberg. Lovely bit of racecraft in the midfield now, and we've got a pair of trios as they battle away together. No, we're not talking chocolate biscuits, we're talking awesome dynamics at the front of this field. Gabriel Stilp now in front of Vinnie Phillips in second, third Leo Robinson, and heading the next trio, it is Hobson in front of Ekberg and Gregory. Aidan Hassan struggling still to get past Wesley Swain.
Never ceases to amaze me, Jake, that these young drivers come out of cadet, and if you have got quality as a cadet driver, whatever you go into, we're in Mini X30 here, quality is quality at the end of the day. So we've got 3 quality cadet drivers out front, and here they are still out front in the next class up.
It's a very good point. Vinnie Phillips took about 3 weekends, I think, to get up to the... Oh, that's gone terribly wrong! And that's a problem for Hassan. Hassan with a mechanical problem, and unfortunately it meant that Anderson and Rippin had nowhere to go but into the back of him. And that's going to compromise Anderson in particular. What a shame for Fraser Anderson. The young man from Castle Douglas has almost certainly got a drop-down penalty coming his way, but it's completely not his fault. Now, on the inside comes Phillips to get the move on the inside. Robinson's going to dive for the inside line as well. How about this? 3 drivers, absolute masters of their craft in cadet. Phillips, Robinson, Stilp, and as you mentioned, Alan, they are battling away at the front end of Mini X30. It's like nothing's changed at all. And they're having an absolutely terrific squabble. Now, how do you balance the position to get into the lead of the race here when you've got 2 fusions to get past. That's Gabriel Stilp's massive challenge at the moment, because he does not have safety in numbers here. He's the one who's got to go rogue and battle away. But these two are now going to squabble, and he's got to rely on the ultimate competitive nature of drivers within the Fusion Motorsport awning. They know the reputation of the team they're racing for, they know how fast they can go, and they know that everyone who drives for Fusion Motorsport these days, no matter what category they're in, has a certain expectation underneath them based on the reputation of the squad. It breeds winners, it breeds champions. So if you don't win, question marks are raised at the driver more often than the team, and that's always a tough dynamic. We've got a great little squabble going on further back. That's Harris, Allen, Anderson and Carter, and they are absolutely together, nailing each other's apexes every time they can. Now, Phillips is defending very early, I have to say, into the race.
I was just about to say, Jake, the man there in 3rd place, Stilp, he's getting the chance to have a look at him in front. He's coming down, he's going to try and do the pair. Can't quite get there, but he is sitting there in 3rd place. He knows that the one out front, whoever it is, they may be teammates, but they still want to win, want to beat the other one. But as they start to defend, that's going to allow him to get closer, and he's having a chance here to have a good look at them.
The thing is, when you start defending when there's a handful of laps to go, you're essentially suggesting to the guys in 4th, 5th, 6th, well, this race is still on. You know, you could still win this one. Come and catch me. And you can't be defending unless there's only about a lap and a half to go. That's when you throw anchor. And the difficulty now is that these 3 are losing massive time. But Vinnie Phillips clearly feels in that car, I don't have the outright pace to let these guys go. I've got to stay in the lead, because if they come past me, they're going to drive away. Whether he's felt something in the car, it's not quite going to be at the same speed as Robinson and Stilp, so he's got to play defensive. Now, these 3 are a fair way back, but if you're defending for 2-3 laps, you're going to lose about a second per lap. It's not going to be long before the guys in 4th, 5th, 6th, Gregory, Ekberg, Hobson, they're going to try and close up on these 3, and it could well be a 6-way fight. But Phillips has got to respond based on what he can feel under his right foot. If there's something slightly awry with the kart, he's got to feel, well, I've just got to defend them. There's nothing else I can do. Now, these 3 are still battling. Gregory's lost the lead of the train, because that is now Rylan Ekberg. Jack Hobson is right in there in 6th position. Here comes the move. Look, Robinson getting very frustrated behind his teammate. He's probably there in the helmet, seething. Come on, man, get on with it. You've got to race this. You can't just make the kart as wide as a Buick. You've got to actually battle with me. But if Phillips feels this is the only way he can win, then that's what he's got to do. He's got no choice. And again, Phillips protects the inside line. Again, Robinson tucks in behind him.
And the interesting dynamic here is it may be his teammate behind him, but he's the man he's got to beat on the track. So by backing him up into Stilp, they may actually help him. So out front, we have Vinnie Phillips. He's a serial winner, Jake, and it looks like he could be going on to take it today. Is he going to defend here? Last lap.
So it's now or never. You've got to keep that kart very wide indeed. Stilp's going round the outside. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. But he drifts wide to the curb. Can he grab second? Yes, he can. Gabriel Stilp. What a move. That is such a hard overtake to pull off in the first corner, because there's barely any grip on that outside. And that has given Vinnie Phillips victory. But Robinson will be frustrated as he likes, but it's too late. Stilp has got him, and I don't think there's going to be a chance for him to come back at him. Stilp can make that kart as wide as possible. Robinson's got to nail this exit. Can he get on the throttle faster than Stilp? He's going to run out of time. Phillips is going to get it, and he's done the business. Stilp just edges out, and that's a spin from Hobson. Hobson in the final turn spins out, and that's cost him a crack at 4th position. He's going to lose so much time. Ekberg and Gregory have come through, and Swain is going to steal 6th position away from him. So frustrating. But Vinnie Phillips gets the victory in front of Stilp and Robinson. Gregory is 4th from Swain. Hobson does in fact grab 6th. Harris is in 7th from Freddie Allen and Thomas Carter. Rylan Ekberg has to take a penalty post-race.
Well, there were battles right the way through the field with those Mini X30 drivers. But the men running at the front were Leo Robinson, Gabriel Stilp and Vinnie Phillips. Vinnie Phillips once again taking the checkered flag. An excited young man, and here's what he had to say when I caught up with him at the podium. Well, Vinny, huge congratulations. That was some race. Yourself, Gabriel and Leo, they're all battling for it, but you held your nerve and you did the business.
Yeah, you get a really good toe down here, so yeah, I had to defend because either they would go up my inside or they'd go around the outside, so I had to defend. Held my line, managed to go start to finish and got the win.
Well, you certainly did get the win. I think you were joint second in the championship overall coming into this, so that's done your point standings no harm at all. You must be excited as we now head to GYG.
Yeah, really excited.
Is it a track that you've run before?
Yeah, we've been round there in Mini X30 for practice round there, and yeah, hopefully get the win again.
All right, well, best of luck. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Well, that win for Vinny Phillips moves him closer to the championship leader, Gabriel Stilp. It's a 9-point championship lead, handy lead going to the final round. Leo Robinson a little too far behind, I think, to affect the eventual championship winner. Rylan Eckberg and Henry Gregory round out the top 5. Coming up in part 3, it's the Junior X30 final. Always action guaranteed.